No surprise, but today's video is going to be really short compared to my other videos, which are mostly focused on helping people quit nicotine, THC, energy drinks, and adult media content, substances that I once struggled with. Today's video is going to be about the two things that I miss in respect to quitting cannabis and no longer consuming cannabis. And I say it's really short, but there are two little caveats to each of these things that I miss. So I hope you kind of watch the whole thing so you can make sense of this. No holding back. One of the things that I miss is sex or intercourse with regard to smoking weed and then having sex. The other thing that I would say I miss is the ability to unwind with cannabis, okay? But to each of those, I have some caveats because I miss them, but I kind of don't miss them. So let's start with the unwinding one first, okay? So a lot of people will say, I work very, very hard. I was always an ambitious person myself, so I can relate to that. And they'll say, I'm consuming cannabis to unwind. And I don't find I have the ability to shut my mind down and unwind and just turn down at the end of the day, okay? And here's what I discovered about myself. I feel best when I am wound. When I look at unwinding, okay, and what it means to unwind, especially in today's society, that typically involves drinking, smoking weed, watching kind of like mindless stuff on the television or on social media, or spending money, going out shopping, just spending, not paying any attention to what you're doing. So when I see people, or eating crap food, just like eating junk food, okay? So when I look at people and they're like, I just can't wait to unwind this weekend and have a few drinks and eat junk and do this and do that, I look at it and I'm like, you're not really unwinding. You're just kind of destroying yourself. And also, what are you doing? Why are you doing that to yourself? Why? What are you unwinding from that's so outrageously horrid in your life? And some people may have outrageously horrid things in their life watching this. So I definitely don't want to take away from that. But in most cases, in the majority of cases, though, why are you so tightly wound that you have to unwind so badly, right? Because in a lot of cases, people aren't actually as wound as they think they are, I find. But I digress from that. What I learned was about myself is it was much more comfortable for me just to accept the fact that I enjoy being wound up, that I enjoy working, that I enjoy being high energy, that I don't require a lot of rest and a lot of sleep and a lot of downtime to function. Once I stopped fighting that natural fact about myself, my urge to unwind almost immediately disappeared, okay? It almost immediately dissipated. It was gone, like poof, it was gone, okay? So that's my biggest piece of advice to people who feel that, who are high achieving individuals. You might just be better off dropping your resistance when it comes to being a wound up person because you're not like everyone else. And when you accept that, you become much happier. At least I did. Okay? And look, I love what I do for work. I love my family life that I've created, right? I have a lot of things in my life that I can appreciate. So for me, at this point, it is easy to quote unquote unwind. I unwind by just getting more engaged with all the things that I do because I love the things that I do. My life was not always that way. I want to be very clear though. My life became that way when I made it so. And by making it so started with quitting cannabis for me, quitting cigarettes, vapes, dip tobacco, quitting adult media content, all that. So to be clear, okay? So that's unwinding. Now, what about my second point though? What about sex without drugs? That's what the thumbnail was for. Well, that's one thing I probably do miss, right? Without alcohol, without cannabis, I did always find intercourse to be more engaging and more exciting. Just point blank, I can't deny that. I don't think I ever will deny that. And there are times where that crosses my mind. Like, this was more exciting with cannabis. This was a little more fun with alcohol, a little more stimulating. They say in videos, no, sober sex is the best. I just don't agree with that, okay? I've done it both ways, and I don't agree with that. Now, with that being said, though, I think there's something important to follow up on that comment. Maybe when I was in my 20s and I had like peak testosterone levels and my only goal was to go to the bar and then go home and sleep with someone, maybe at that point in my life it was very important to me. Now, right, 35 at the time of filming this video, have a son, have a beautiful wife, that I love very much, have a family, have these businesses. There's other things in my life that I value so much higher than that interaction of intercourse, right? And at this point, I'm much more interested in having more kids than I am the act itself. So it just depends on where you're at in life, right? If I was in my 20s, maybe even for me, 20s. If I was in my 20s, that was one of the most important things to me, right? Crazy intercourse, this, that, awesome. That was just, it's on most guys' minds. This isn't anything shocking. But as I got older and as the other things in my life became more important to me, that dropped down on the list of priorities. So although I may not find it as enticing without weed, without alcohol and all that stuff, and trust me, I still love it. It's great. It's nothing like that. It's just, it's not on my top list of things anymore at this current moment in my life, in my current environment. Okay. Maybe that's subject to change in the future, but that would be the only maybe thing that I would say about that. So that's my caveat. Do I miss it? Yes. Do I care that I miss it? Not particularly, because there's other things now that I value more about the person my significant other, about just a lot. There's just a lot more that I value than that. Okay. Kind of an awkward topic, but I think it needs attention. And, I'm happy to talk about it. If people like that topic, we can talk more about it. Now, last thing I'll say, which I kind of want to follow up to my first point on unwinding, maybe on an occasional fall night, winter night, bad weather outside. I'm like, it'd be nice to smoke and watch this movie. It'd be nice to do that. Same thing though. There's things in my life now that I value more than my urge to unwind and watch a movie, to unwind and get stoned, to just go out and get drunk, which I have zero urge. Alcohol, zero. Nicotine containing things, vapes, cigarettes, dip, zero. But, cannabis, okay. Adult media content, sometimes. Okay, sometimes. And cannabis, I should almost actually say close to zero too. And the only reason I say sometimes now is because I'm making this video in response to someone that I've been talking to about this topic inside our Addiction Mindset School community. By the way, if you guys need help quitting, if you have questions like this and you want to DM me and interact, but you can't afford the one-on-one coaching, check out our Addiction Mindset School community. I'll shoot you a DM as soon as you join. I'll say hi, I'll get to know you, and you can ask me questions like this, and I'll be as blunt as possible. I might even make a video for you answering it. I'm not saying that like, oh, lucky you. I'm just saying that's what I do with people in the community. I try and offer as much support as I can. But when it comes to unwinding, it's the same thing as I was saying about sex or intercourse. There's other things that I value more than my ability to unwind. And that's my ability to take care of myself, my ability to provide for my family, my ability to go accomplish the things that I actually want to accomplish in life. Because at the end of the day, my goal isn't to be the next Ron Jeremy, who is the chillest man on earth every evening zoning out to Netflix. That's not what the vision of me is, right? I want to grow one of the largest online communities and platforms helping people quit substances. We're well on our way there. I want to grow one of the largest group coaching programs, alternatives to AA or MA or NA, that really helps people quit. And I want to grow that. And then I want to get that written and published in books about what we've accomplished helping people. I want to grow one of the largest supplement companies when it comes to helping people quit. I want to outperform Nicorette and other things like that, which I can't say we are in the same ballpark because this contains no nicotine, no cannabis. This is a nicotine-free, cannabis-free chewing gum with ashwagandha and N-acetylcysteine to help people quit, helps reduce stress, reduce anxiety, reduce cravings, promotes focus, promotes relaxation, all that. That's what I want to do, right? I want to be a good father. So I just don't value unwinding and intercourse in the same sense as I used to. And for that reason, yes, I do maybe miss that, but I don't care that I miss it. That's my caveat. That's what this video is about. And hey, this is going to resonate with you depending on where you're at in your life, right? If you're in your 20s, young guy, single, you might not feel the same way as me. Young girl, single, you might not feel the same way as me. If you're around my age, maybe a little bit older, you might be like, yeah, I think I understand what he's talking about. I think I get it. Right? So, all right. Do something. Don't do nothing. Next, guys, you got options. Group coaching, one-on-one coaching, free PDFs, supplements, or follow me right into the next playlist. Until next time.